So I was definitely not expecting any more Deltarune lore to be revealed until the next chapter has been released. But here we are. The Spamton Sweepstakes just finished earlier this week, and with it came a lot of lore specifically about Spamton, and we even got previews of the next Deltarune chapter. Originally, I was probably never going to do another Deltarune theory again, but there was so much new lore revealed that I believe a new theory is warranted. Welcome to the Deltarune Mike Theory. Make sure to like and subscribe. Enjoy the video. When Deltarune Chapter 2 was released, many people made the connection that Mike was the TV at the end of Chapter 2. This is based off of Spamton's dialogue about Mike, but to me, the TV actually being Mike never really spoke out to me. In fact, I never thought that the TV was actually a person, but rather the smile that's inside the TV is the actual person, with the static covering up the rest of their face to keep them more anonymous. Anyway, also in Chapter 2, many people put a connection that Mike was actually the one that hurt Spamton in some capacity, but after the lore reveals that happened in the sweepstakes, I'm not convinced that's actually the case. When asked in the Spamton Q&A on Twitter about who Mike is, Spamton completely dodges the question and pretty much just says "F you," and we'll never know nothing as to who Mike is. However, based on his tone here, it actually makes it seem that Mike and Spamton were actually friends at some point until something happened to Mike that hurt Spamton significantly. That's why he was upset when he mentioned Mike in Chapter 2. Mike seemed to have been a friend of Spamton until something happened to Mike which left Spamton feeling empty inside. He must have lost his only friend. And I'm betting it was whoever was inside that television. This is reiterated by the fact that Spamton stated right after the mention of Mike to not believe what you see on TV. He then follows that up with, "This man is a criminal." Going back to the Spamton Q&A on Twitter, when Spamton tells the person asking to off, he asks if the person is a part of the Cathode's crew. That's why he pushes the question away, because of that assumption. So, who or what is the Cathode's crew? More specifically, what is a cathode? Well, if you were born around the same time I was born, you must have grown up with these CRT TVs. These are Asians and were the most accessible way to watch TV before flat screen was more common. Anyway, have you ever wondered why a CRT TV is called a CRT TV? Well, the word CRT is actually an abbreviation, just like TV standing for television. CRT stands for a cathode ray tube. So, are you putting this together now? Cathode's crew actually is in some relation to a TV. And what do we see at the end of Chapter 2? Yeah, exactly that. A TV that looks awfully similar to a CRT TV. Now, of course, I'm getting ahead of myself. Naturally, the next assumption would be that the person inside of the TV is actually this cathode person, and they have a crew that harmed Mike in some capacity. But this is where I got stumped and received conflicting information. You see, towards the end of the sweepstakes, we actually gained access to a new link which is called Deltarune.com/damnyoutenna, where Spamton states that he hates the boob tube. Now, do you know what a boob tube is? Well, according to Google, a boob tube is meant to be a television set, and considering Spamton said damn that boob tube along with damn you Tenna, we can somewhat assume these are in relation to the TV. Spamton directly after that says that everyone will pay for what the boob tube did except for Mike, implying that the boob tube hurt Spamton as well as Mike, which also implies that the boob tube and Tenna are actually a person and Mike is not the TV, thus clarifying the fact that the TV is this said person, considering it's a boob tube. Well, now you see we have this massive conflicting information. On one hand, we have the Cathode's crew as well as somebody named Tenna. Both are clear candidates for this television set, and both are candidates for hurting Mike. Now, I have two theories regarding this. One is that the TV is actually a person, and also that there are multiple spawns of TV-related characters. One of them is Cathode, and the other is Tenna, and both are somehow in correlation with the mysterious harm that happened to Mike. But to me, that theory isn't really satisfying, so my next theory is way more likely to be a candidate for what Spamton is speaking of here. The theory I have come up with is that the TV is just one singular person, and Spamton is speaking of the same person in both instances of the Q&A and the hidden Deltarune.com link. Hear me out. perhaps Tenna is the one in charge of the Cathode's crew, or a member. After all, in the Q&A, Spamton says, "Are you a part of that Cathode's crew?" He does not say, "Are you a part of Cathode's crew?" If Spamton stated the latter, then we can assume there is a person called Cathode, and they have a crew. But since Spamton stated the former, the Cathode's crew could just be a group name, and Tenna could very likely be the leader or at least a member of it. I mean, think about it. It's essentially the same thing as me saying I'm the leader or member of the Deodorant's crew, but my name isn't Deodorant. The Deodorant's crew is just a group name. That's the same case here with the Cathode's crew. Tenna was the one who hurt Mike and made Spamton near friendless, and Tenna is a member of the Cathode's crew, whomever this crew may be. Thanks for watching, and check out this video of all links to the sweepstakes.